Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, get into the TA. All right, so first thing I'm going to say right now is I'm not going to make any projections this video. What I will do is I will just analyze what I'm seeing on the chart. So I'll analyze these charts. And I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I do think today's price action was structurally damaging. It's not the end of the world, but I am going to support why I do have that belief right now. First things first, all right? You've been holding this 444 to 445 zone for quite some time. Now, I don't have it physically marked down on this chart, but since over here, you have been defending 444 to 445 for a straight week now, up until today. Bulls have stepped up strongly every single time. Here, you got a big bounce, all right? If you came back, visited the next day, boom, big bounce. All right, boom, came back, visited this area again, big bounce. Today, what happened? All right, today, no, buyers just could not hold where they have been holding. And I'm going to point out, you had a bull trap going on yesterday, all right? It did look extremely bullish in my eyes. What was taking place yesterday, running up into the end of the day like this, getting this breakout, and then boom, bull trap, you gap down underneath where you were, your low of this consolidation over here, this rectangle, this bull flag, this right shoulder you had going on here from this head and shoulders, this inverse head and shoulders, and you gap down, you tested it. We can come down to the 5-minute time frame. You could not get back above it, and then you flushed back down into the breakout zone, which you found support over here. Now, today, you did fill the gap here, but again, you've lost where you've been holding here, and it just shows me that bulls are not committed here. They're not willing to buy this thing up. So I'm just going to say, from a structural standpoint, I don't like what went down today. What I will say, you got some positives here on the chart. You're still in this channel here, over here on QQ. You're still in your descending channel. You still have not, had this aggressive selling over here on QQ that's just going to take you down to this next 357.59 level. But I'm going to show you on SPY, underneath this 442.97 gap fill, which was from all the way back over here, the CPI gap up, that is what created that level. Underneath there, you have nothing. All right, you have the bottom of this descending channel, but underneath there, you literally have nothing all the way down to 438. And I will also point out, you did have increasing volume over here. We did point out in yesterday's video that you did have the low volume. And now this volume was comparable to your half day over here. And we did point out that we don't think it's going to, like, the price was not going to stay where it was for long. You're either going to have a significant move up within a few trading sessions, or you're going to have a significant move down. I never can really, just tell you guys where we're straight up going. What I can do is I can always look at these charts for you guys, which I'm just going to say right now, I don't think there's anything bullish about what went down today. Let's come over to QQQ and let's just point out, you did hold up better over here on QQ than you did over on SPY. And I do think that's probably due to what NVIDIA did over here and really pumped it up yesterday. But other than that, I mean, I really cannot say there's anything really bullish about what went down today, guys. I'm sorry. There's like, the only thing I could point to is that you still do have another point of bullish divergence over here. You still have your quadruple bullish divergence going on the 4-hour RSI over here on ES. And NQ, those still hold. But I mean, hey guys, I really cannot say what went down today is bullish. I can't. Over here in SPY, I just pointed out, underneath here, you have nothing holding you up for a whole, I want to say points. No, it's a percent, guys, 1.1%. So that is the risk that's on the table right now. Bulls have not been able to step up in a convincing manner. They did yesterday, but it was off of the low volume. And today that proved to be a complete trap. And then over here on IWM, that's another like positive. You haven't completely given out this this breakout zone here. You haven't completely given it up yet. But again, this is something that has increased volume. Sellers are definitely prevailing over bulls here. You did have bulls stepping up in the perfect spot yesterday, but all today did is invalidate this hammer candlestick and prove that to be a bull trap. So again, just not much going on these charts that I can point to that's bullish. I really can't. What I can tell you right now is that if we do keep this trajectory here, I think it's likely that we do, bounce not too far down. I don't think we're going to get any type of crash going on. What I will say, it might be beneficial just hang on, just sit on your hands and just wait until the trending market comes back, or you at least get some basing action. What I was just pointing out over here on SPY, guys, we've been carving out a base for quite some time over here. I thought at least like it was looking all right, but today that base was just slaughtered, all right, like straight up just spat on. So I mean, hey guys, bears are prevailing here. The selling is relentless, I cannot deny. So that's really what I'm gonna hammer into your minds today. All right. We had a base going on SPY. I thought it looked pretty good. We just had that breakout from that inverse head and shoulders in SPY and QQQ. Boom, base demolished today, and you actually have a form of a head and shoulders formation with today's price action, which could take us lower. If we're just to take the measured move from here to here, boom. All right, which I guess it would be a slanted neckline. But either way, that brings us a little bit lower, and then you're in no man's land. So, like, I really can't say today was too bullish. What I will point to is that VIX is up 10% right here. That is something that's going on. VIX did not fall to zero. It did not go down and get that retest. No, VIX did put in a 10% day over here, which does give, don't ask me where these probabilities come from. It does give an 85% chance that we have a up day over the next 2 trading sessions on SPY. Again, don't ask me about them. I'm not going to answer them. But they are there. We used to use these probabilities on the channel, and I haven't seen a 10% up day in VIX in quite some time. It's been a while. All right, I think the last one was, I don't know. It's been quite some time, guys. Yeah, right over here. So that is something I'll point out over there. I don't think it's going to last too long. And I'm actually going to remind you guys, hey, if VIX is, if you see another up day on VIX, this RSI is probably going to tick back up here. And then I'm going to be saying the same thing I was over here on this day. Hey, guys, we can keep going, but the party's probably not going to go on too much longer on VIX, without a cooldown. And we did end up getting that cooldown. So we're going to see if we do get this breakout over 1707. That is the high from this candlestick over here. 1708. Levels off by a cent. I have a habit of doing that. There you go. But yeah, guys, I'm just going to point out, all right, there is something going on with Apple. With all of this selling, you're still holding on to this level. So I do want to point that out. So just like I was pointing out in SPY, we had that base that got absolutely shat on today. Apple has not shat on in space. With all of this selling, Apple has still just been holding up strong. And I will still point out, you still got this RSI in oversold territory. So that is something that hasn't happened in quite some time. And you can see all the circles. I just haven't taken them off the chart until, that starts playing out. We'll just keep them there. But yeah, I mean, this is going back to 2020. This is in the COVID crash. You didn't have your RSI just hanging out down here for, we got to go back to 2019 where you had that. And even then, you still got a decent sized bounce. All right, that's an 8% bounce. Where's our 8% bounce? I'm not saying like it's common. I'm just pointing out a condition that we're seeing that we haven't seen since I just showed you 2019. Even during the COVID 2020 crash, you saw this thing getting a decent bounce, and you saw a decent move on Apple. The biggest move we've got since this has happened is a less than a 2% move. So that is something that's going on. I will point out Amazon. I know I got a bunch of drawings over here. All right, you did break out from that channel, but now you are back testing that thing right now as we speak. All right, you got a little, bounce over there. Dead cat bounce, came back down a little lower. And what I am watching over here for Amazon is if you can hold this 135.59 level, that is where I think it was the high of this candlestick. Nah, high is 135.62. Either way, close enough to actually change that up real quick. Like I told you, I have a habit of being slightly off with these levels. That is what you want to see hold for Amazon. If not, guys, you're coming back and either back testing this this bull flag you broke out of, this pennant, symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it. You're either going to back test that, or you're coming back down for the gap fill 129.84, which is quite a ways away. And if you do have all of these individual tickers selling off, then hey, that is something that could potentially be dragging down the indices. But we don't have any proof that's happening yet. And honestly, I think the big boy Apple is really going to be moving this thing. If you do end up losing this zone right here, all right, the low of day over here was just about 176.50. So I would be watching that level. If you get back 176.50, that is when I say, hey, all right, you got no support all the way down here at 171, which is a ways away. Guys, that is 3% down. And if that happens, that is something that's going to drag down QQQ and SPY. Apple is the most heavily weighted stock. So, yeah, All right, guys. Like I told you guys, I'm not going to be throwing out a projection in this video. I'm definitely not doing that. What I will point out is what I'm seeing on the charts. We have some bearish things going on. I'm not going to say we really have bullish things going on. I cannot deny. All right. I just can't. There's not anything you could like, you can't show me bullish things on these charts. The only thing I could point to is you're staying in your channel here. ES has another point of divergence here. So you still got your 4-hour bullish divergence going on. But then you come over here to SPY's RSI. I could point to this. All right. Look at this. This is the lowest you've been in, months and months and months now. All right. April's the 4th month, guys. We're on the 8th month. That's a 4-month, 4-month low on the RSI going on right now. And when you did come over here right before that, that is when you did start getting these bounces. But again, where's our big bounce? We're not getting these big bounces, guys. We are, you had buyers stepping up, but you're not getting no 2% move here. So, I mean, different environment very clearly, in my opinion. But yeah, all right. Now, what I will point out is, hey, if you do end up seeing this, even during your bear market, this provided your massive, massive, massive buying opportunity. So if we do end up seeing that crash style move, and we come back all the way here to, let me just put that on the chart. There we go. That is going to be like, a weekly pivot over here. You see that low of this candlestick was 431.19. So if we do break through 438, that is what you're going to be risking coming back down here to 430-ish. And if you get that, that is when I say, hey, big old back test of that low or that level right there, that breakout level right there. You can actually make that zone just about there. And then I would say you likely do get bulls stepping up there, but that is a ways down. And that's like if you get, you bears get your big old move, all right, your crash style move, which people, if we break through 438, people are still going to be calling for they're going to be calling for like a 10% decline. You're just going to keep hearing about it. I'm just going to keep reminding you guys, the crash is extremely unlikely. We do not have a crash being supported here. We had a terrible catalyst going on, and you barely sold off of it. I'm not saying you didn't sell off of it, but as you can see, the week of was a 2% move. And since that, since we got the bearish downgrade over there, we've only came down 3%. I can't say this market wants to crash. I'm just putting that one out there. But yeah, all right. I don't see any signs the bulls are really stepping up here. We did, all right. But today, demolished that. I'm just going to make that clear. What I would say to look out for, IWM, you want to hold 187. Apple, you want to hold 176.50. If you lose that, you do risk the gap fill right here, which is the high of 175.77, which is a decent ways down, not too far down though. 0.5%. And then you also underneath there, I wouldn't really call this support. It's right underneath this support. So if you lose this, you're probably not going to stop there. You're probably going to come down here to 171. That's really what I'd be watching out for. All right. That is pretty much it, guys. That is what I got for you in this video. I had to take a guess. We're going to go a little further down, probably to 438 on SPY. Don't want to piss anybody off there by saying that, but I'm just going to tell you right now, I didn't like today's price action as someone who wants to see, a trending market again, which you could call this trending to the downside. I'm going to say right now, this is trending. All right. This is trending. This is a whole bunch of chop action that even if you're a bear, you can't tell me you didn't just sit through a bunch of pain going back and back and back and forth. It's just not possible, all right? So this, I will not call this a trending market, all right? This, trending market, trending market, trending market, trending market. You could call this whole move a trending bull move right there. You just had to pull back. There you go, all right? But again, I mean, this is even as a bear. I mean, you have not been able to easily. You could have just been buying in here, but again, until you had this candlestick right here, you had no reason to be safely going short there. And then you just held throughout all of this with this craziness. Yeah, I don't buy it. All right, I think it's been hell on both sides throughout this. We'll say what, past week here, past week, 1 to 2 weeks. It's been pretty rough on both sides. So. I'm just saying, guys, we're not in a trending market. It is best to keep that position sizing small and maybe even consider just sitting on your hands. Just a thought. All right. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.